Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to take a moment to kind of show off a book that I got from a one of those little free libraries that I didn't know was around my community, because it wasn't actually in the app, but it had one of those tags on it. It was like a tag that said little free library, and it had a charter number, so it's a registered little free library, but it wasn't actually in the app or on the map. I'm not really sure the situation, but I found it, and it says Voices in the Snow. It's a black winter novel, which I kind of probably should investigate what that means. Maybe it's a series of books that aren't necessarily related to each other, because I'm looking at the page that, you know, talks about books also by Darcy Coates is the author, and it just has a list of books, so I'm not necessarily sure that this is a series book. It doesn't say it's anything on the side. You know, it looks like it's a standalone book, but it looks like a really nice book. But I read the first couple of sentences and it really intrigued me, and that's why I took it, because I had a few books I wanted to put in different little free libraries throughout my town. And but I'll read the synopsis real quick. No one escapes the stillness. Claire remembers the cold. She remembers abandoned cars and children's toys littered across the road. She remembers dark shapes in the snow and a terror she can't explain. And then nothing. When she wakes, aching and afraid, in a stranger's gothic home, he tells her she was in an accident. He claims he saved her. Claire wants to leave, but a vicious snowstorm has blanketed the world in white, trapping them together, and there's nothing she can do but wait. At least the stranger seems kind, but Claire doesn't know if she can trust him. He promised they were alone here, but she sees and hears things that convince her something else is creeping about the surrounding woods, watching, waiting. Between the catastrophic storm and the inescapable sense of being hunted, Claire is on edge and increasingly certain of one thing. Her car crash wasn't an accident. Something is waiting for her to step outside the fragile safety of the home. Something monstrous, something unfeeling, something desperately hungry. So when I was picking this out and reading, you know, the synopsis in general to see if I wanted to take it real quick, it definitely reminded me of like a situation where, and I don't know what movie it was because I saw it in like short reels and stuff, but it was like this house where people were stuck in it and they could see outside and the creatures outside could see in. And if anyone left the safety of that place, they basically would get eaten, or, you know, something would happen to where they were gone. But then the creatures became like, they looked like them. So then they would come up to the house and they would just smile at you. And that's what this reminded me of. And I usually don't like scary things, but this seems like a psychological type of thriller, which is something I can definitely get into. And that definitely looked like a book that I would probably read closer to like October, November, December, as like a spooky winter seasonal type of read. So I think I'm gonna save it for like, I want to say November, but this definitely feels like a December read. So unless it kind of gets a little cold in November, I'll probably save it for December. It also has a little sticker on it, which tells me it either was from a secondhand store although I don't know what secondhand store has tags that look like that, or a surplus store or a section of surplus books at some point. And it's actually coming off really well. So I'm thinking it came from a surplus book specific type of store or section, because it's not having a sticky thing after it, and it's in really good condition considering it had a $1 tag on it. So I think I did really well on this find. I found the little free library because, as you do when you have preteens who are obsessed with Pokemon, you are now recruited as their chaperone to the areas to play the community day event. So I had all 4 kids trucking along in the car for community day because, as you do in Florida during summer when it's over 100 degrees outside, you do not spend a lot of time outside of the vehicle or buildings with AC when you have 4 kids ranging from 2 months to 11. So anyway, I wanted to show off my find. I'm really excited for this. This is definitely a December TBR read. I feel like I outdid myself. I'm so proud. I picked the best thing, and from a little free library I didn't know existed. And yeah, I think I did good today. So that's that. If you know of any good surplus bookstores in Southwest Florida that I should also look into, let me know, because I don't know any, and I don't really trust having them shipped in or the patience to having them shipped in. And I like to discover things. Like, I like the thrill of discovering things in person. So let me know if you have suggestions. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.